Welcome back, artists. Today we are going to start drawing out our PYSANKY designs on our larger paper. We're going to use some stencils and we're going to use oil pastels so that we can arrange our eggs. We want to do at least 3 eggs and we want to make them overlap. So we have to determine which egg is going to be in front. You don't have to use all 3 of the sizes, but you certainly could. I think I'm going to start with this big egg over here. I want this one to be in front. And I'm going to pick an oil pastel that I'm going to use to outline the edge. And I'm going to just follow along the stencil. And I'm going to use kind of firm pressure, not to the point where I'm breaking it, but I want to push down pretty well. It's important that we don't see a whole lot of white in these lines. If I was to go gentle, okay, do you see how light this line is? There's a lot of white coming through. Do you see how this one's a solid green? We want to try to make sure our lines are nice and solid like this for painting, so that when we paint, it's going to help the paint stay in the spots that we want it. So I'm just using my helper hand to hold the stencil. I kind of hold it right where I'm working. It goes along with it. And if you notice, I'm going a little bit back and forth because when I go forward, I see a little bit white, but when I come back, it sort of fills that in. So I'm kind of going over it a couple of times, and I'm just making sure that my line goes all the way around and it's nice and dark. Once I am finished with my first egg, I can take off the stencil and I can see what I have. Now it's time to come up with my next egg. Do I want to do the same size? I could probably do another big one over here. Maybe I'll even do that. Maybe I'll do a big egg right here. Now this time it's going to overlap. So because I drew this whole circle for this egg is in front. So when I put this one on top, when I start to draw, I'm going to start where the green line is. I'm going to go around and then I'm going to stop where my green line is. And I don't want to have 2 green lines, so I'm going to use purple this time. And I'm going to start up here where the green line is, and I'm going to go around the egg that is on the outside. I'm not going to do this part here because that's inside my egg. I'm going to go to the outside and go around. Again, I'm going back and forth, taking my time. Oh, I'm right on the edge, so I'm going to skip over because I don't want to draw on my table. And then when I come to this other green line, this is where I stop. And then when I take off my stencil, you can see how the green egg is in front of the purple egg. Now I want to do at least one more. This one seems kind of big, so I think I might use my little baby one up here. And maybe I'm going to have it in the back, have it touching the purple one and overlapping the green one. Again, I'm going to pick another color of egg. Maybe I'll do orange this time. Now I have a couple of lines I'm trying to avoid, right? Green here, green here. If this is touching, I'm going to stop when I get there. If I want to have an orange line, I have to move it just a little bit so I have space. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to use my hand to hold it. And around I go. Oops, again, I'm close to the edge here, so I'm going to skip over that part. And come to this part and stop. All right, now I have 3 eggs. Now to help you with this designing part, you can go back to your learning log and look at the eggs that you drew for practice. So I have 3 eggs here, and I'm just going to kind of decide if I'm going to do these eggs, or I could change it a little bit too. But I think I'm going to start with this one here, and I'm going to draw this egg or this design on this one. So I'll put this over here so I can sort of see it and you guys can kind of see it, and then I'm going to draw. So I'm going to do my best to draw right on the paper and use colors instead of pencils. If this makes you nervous, it is okay if you want to start with a pencil first, but it goes a little bit quicker if you do the oil pastel first. So I'm starting with my lines, my straight line here and my straight line here. If I do it on the top, I gotta do the same thing on the bottom if that's how I'm doing symmetry, right? Generally, you're drawing two things that are the same unless it's in the center. So I have my lines there. Maybe I'll do my ladders with the orange as well. So I'm drawing my big H's and I'm putting a bunch of lines in between it. Now, if I drew something here, guess what? I put the same thing over on this side. And look at my lines, they are pretty solid. You don't see a lot of white showing. We don't want to see white showing. All right, now I'm going to change colors. Let's see, I'm going to go with a blue. I'm going to do my sun design in the middle with blue. And I'm going to do a nice big tic-tac-toe. This way, I'm doing it kind of diagonal. And then I'm going to go this way, back this way. Okay, now to finish up this star, I draw my V's inside my tic-tac-toe. Again, I'm pressing down to make sure that I don't see much white. If I see some white, I can go back over it to help fill that in. Okay? And I am just going to continue drawing all of my designs, making sure that every time I change a shape, I change my color, and if it's on the top, it should be on the bottom, or if I do it on the side, I should do it on the other side. I'm taking my time and using lots of bright colors.